Hi, I'm Allen Henderson, a broker at Henderson Real Estate. Welcome to the Ahwatukee History Project. Today, Marty's going to interview Joe Garner. Joe's the grandson of Arthur and Molly Hunter. In 1909, Arthur Hunter homesteaded the land in the open desert at what would become 48th Street and Thistle Landing. It was the start of what became Hunter Ranch. The ranch grew and became an integral part of the Kyrene Farming Community. Joe grew up on the Hunter Ranch. Hunter Ranch was located on a dirt road known as Hunter Drive, which is now known as 48th Street. Joe loved the ranch and refers to it as his wonderland and his playground. Let's listen in as Joe reminisces about growing up on the ranch, riding horses, and the freedom of life on the ranch. He goes on to tell us about the neighbors on the Gates Ranch, which was just to the north of them, at Hunter Drive and what is now Ray Road.
So, Arthur Hunter and Molly started in 1911. When did Joe Garner enter the picture?
Well, I
don't need a when as much as can you describe the circumstance?
I didn't come into this world until 1949, and I was lucky enough to be growing up on the ranch and seeing how it really was from a child's perspective, like, this is a lot of work.
Yeah.
But it was the greatest time to live in that area because of the freedom that I had. I was being taught, I was working, and I was playing.
What was the playing like?
Oh, it was the greatest because there was no limits to what we could do. We could ride horses on the property. We could drive on the property.
Okay.
We could walk on the property. We could go for walks, and there was safety factor was very genuine. There was no fears like they have today.
Right.
We were unlimited in what we did as long as we did the right thing. Now, of course, not doing the right thing all the time wasn't much fun, but it was not mischievous. It was not a scolding proper. It was the thing where we had the opportunity to do what we wanted to do as long as we did it safely.
Right. Well, you had the Highline Canal going right through the property. Did you use that in the summertime to cool off?
Oh, not only in the summertime, because the winters, we have mild winters, so we could use it, all through the year. But the ditch was the main source of entertainment. Any neighbors around that 160 acres? We had at the corner of 48th Street and Chandler Boulevard, where Williamsfield then lived Bill and Phyllis Gates. And the Gates Ranch was the north ranch, north of us on 48th Street. That was the closest neighbor that we had. And of course, being neighbors, we were very close. And I've known Mr. and Mrs. Gates, my entire life.
Right.
My entire life.
And of course, when you refer to the Gates Ranch north of the Hunter homestead, that would be what a lot of people knew from the mid-'90s as the junkyard.
As the junkyard, yes. Bill had the cattle, and Eli, the other brother, the son of Herbert, these are sons of Herbert, he had the junkyard because he married Melaine Rappel of Rappel Steel. And Daddy Rappel made it convenient for him to have the best prices on the junk.
Well, you saw it from certainly the mid-'50s. Was it always a junkyard in your mind? Was it a farm?
No, it was a dairy. They started out as a dairy farmer on the north side of the Highland Canal. East of 48th Street is where the main ranch was. And he was a dairy farmer. And Bill ran the dairy. Well, Eli he wasn't much of a dairyman. He was more of a farmer. And Bill had all the cattle, and Eli, when he married Miss Rappel, when he married Melaine, he became the junk, and the junkyard overcame the dairy.
So little by little, the cows kind of left the picture?
Yeah. There was health concerns about the cattle being in the junkyard.
Yeah, right.
So Bill sold the dairy and moved to Mayer, Arizona.
But Eli stayed behind with the junkyard.
Eli did stay behind with the junkyard, and it was there until I think till he. I don't remember the exact date that they left, but it was there for many years afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Well, Vestar opened the Ahwatukee Palm Shopping Center there, where the AMC 24 movie theater is, in '96. So sometime in the mid-'90s, it kind of changed.
Early '90s is when I think when Bill went to mayor and finally left. He said, I need to get back to the cattle. Can you tell us a little bit about Eli Gates, the man? Eli was my first encounter with Eli. Encounter is a good word, because he came to my mother and told me, because he was on the school board of Kyrene School, that I had to shave before I could graduate from the 8th grade. And he didn't want me up on getting my diploma from the 8th grade with a stubble.
Okay.
But Eli was a very loud. He wanted to be like bigger than life. I mean, when he ran the junkyard like a drill instructor runs the troops. Really?
Now, was this a working junkyard in the sense that people would go there for useful junk?
Oh, yes. Yes. There was always a line of people coming in there delivering junk, and there was always a line of junk going out to the Rappel Steel. And it was quite an operation.
If you enjoyed the video and want to see future episodes of the Ahwatukee History Project, be sure to give us a like and click the subscribe button. Questions and comments are always welcome.